So, okay, I guess everybody are back. Okay. We'll wait for a minute, okay? Yeah. Okay, good, good. I hope everybody could grab some coffee and are back. Okay, everybody, can you guys confirm that you guys are back on your seats? Except Anish and Shrishti. Okay. Okay, great, great. So I hope I can start, right? Okay, let's not waste much time. Yes. Okay. So now we have some properties, or I can call it as some also some methods under strings. Okay. So we'll see that quickly. Okay. So strings are immutable in nature. Okay. So we're talking about strings here. Okay. So strings are immutable in nature. So what I mean by immutable, okay, so if I have a string 1 0, so this is A. So if let me see what is that string. Okay, so my string here is apple. Okay, so now I want to change this A to B. Okay, I'm just trying this is equal to string B. Okay, so this is not going to happen when it comes to strings. Okay, so this is, we're talking about strings here, so there are other containers that has different properties. Okay, so now concentrating on strings, so you cannot change, you cannot assign the strings once it has been you have already mentioned that apple is a string. So you can't change the first letter of the apple to B. Okay, that is not allowed. It does not support such kind of assignment. So that is what we call a immutable. Okay, it is immutable in nature. You can't mutate or whatever you say. You cannot change is what we are trying to say here. Okay, so it is going to throw you a typed error like this. So Python errors are very much easy to read. Okay, you can just by reading the error type, you can understand what it is about. Okay, so very easy, right? It's a simple English. You can understand object string object does not support item assignment. So definitely you can't do this, and it is also pointing at this line also, right, where the mistake has happened. So that is one thing, and then one property, and then we can definitely concatenate two strings like ABC. Just use a plus, that is a concatenate symbol when it comes to strings. It's an addition symbol when it comes to integers and other data types. So ABC and DEF. Okay, so this is, you can concatenate. Not only this, you can concatenate to the existing string as well, DEF. Okay, so apple and DEF, this also can be done. And we can also create repetitions. Okay, string 1 into, if I do it as 5, so it is going to give you that repeated string apple 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 5 times. Okay, so this can be done for other strings like something like Z, and I want it 10 times, so you can do it this way. These are some properties of string you can use. And then there are built-in methods, okay? Preferably talking about very few methods that are useful for this program, okay? So few of them, there are many built-in methods, okay, using the same string, okay, and how we used it for real and for that complex data type, real and imaginary part, right? So in the same way, we are going to use a method here. So what is a method? So it is a type of function that you can apply on a variable or a container, okay, an object and or on a data, okay. The function that you can apply on something, okay, that is a method here. So once you put a dot or a full stop, you call it, and hit shift tab, okay. So this is going to, sorry, not shift tab, just press on tab, sorry, and it is going to give you a list of methods under string, okay. So these many number of methods are there, okay. I'm just going to show you few, okay. So the first thing that I'll be showing you is the upper. So this is nothing but returns a copy of string converted to uppercase. Very simple to understand, correct? So when I run this, so you can see it is going to give you a method only. So this is called a method, okay? You cannot run a method directly, okay, like this. So all you have to do is just put a parenthesis and there you go, okay? So this is how you call a function, okay? So when you call a function, you're always using a parenthesis in front of it, okay? And then we have, very quickly looking into lower, okay, same, where this is going to give you lowercase, understood? And then we have split, okay? We have a split function. So what is split function? Return a list of words in the string using separator, okay, this is a separator as a delimiter string, okay. I'll tell you what are those, okay. So once I give this, okay, so you're going to see that now this has come into this bracket. So this is a list, okay. So we are going to talk about list in the next coming section, okay. I've been telling this, but still we are going to be learning about this list. So for now you can just think that, so if I have, so this is going to give you this one. So now if I want to split it by a let like this, so it is going to give me that space as one, and then after a it is going to split like this, okay. So if you have a string, like I'll just make another one here, s is equal to something like a comma ABC and space, or something like comma C D F or something, okay. So something like this. So string s dot split again, and I'm going to use the delimiter as comma, okay. So now it is going to split, okay, after this. So this will be one, okay, this will be the one element in the list, and this will be the other element in the list, okay. So that is about a split, okay, from a string, okay. If you have like a text file, okay, if you have a text file that has comma separated values, okay, you can use s dot split and give it a structure, okay. That is why we are using split basically. So that is about split. And we have another built-in method called dot format. So we'll see what is dot format. So if you want to add string 1, let me take dot format. So let me just show you. So return a formatted version of string by substituting this one. Okay, we'll just create a new one. So imagine I want to insert name. Okay, insert name here. So in that space I want to insert name. Okay, so I'm going to do a dot format and something like a name, something, okay, something XYZ. So it is going to insert the name right there. Okay, so that is one function of format. Okay, so here we have different things that you can do. So you can either give like two things for first name and last name. Okay, first name and last name. Okay, you can do that, and then you can do ABC. Okay, so let me just put a may not write this. Okay, we shouldn't write that inside, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, if you want to write a first name and a last name here, you can definitely do that. And if you want, okay, now the user has typed last name first by mistake or something like that, you want to change that. So what you can do, you can mention the index here, 0 and 1 like this. Okay, so here it is going to, so this will be your 0 and this will be your 1. So now I want my last name here, first name here. Okay, so that's why, so this is my last name and this is my first name. It is going to rotate that. So your 0 is going to come here and your 1 is going to come in the beginning. Okay, different things. Those are the different things that you can do for, in order to give that input to the user. Then that you can do, and we have a different function called input. Okay, we have this function as well. Okay, it will read a string. Okay, you have, okay, for to accept input from the user. Okay, from the user. Okay, so from the user you're going to accept the input, something like this, my name. So it is going to type the name for you, just a one line function. Okay, so and if you want imagine if you want something like a mobile number. Okay, let me give a space and somebody types XYZ. Okay, so this is a mistake that you do when you write a code. Okay, always typecast according to your requirement. So your mobile number should always be a 10-digit number and it should be a number basically. It shouldn't be anything like character or something. So this is what we call a typecasting. Okay, typecasting when it comes to this method. So what you have to do, you have to initialize before input that this should be a number. Okay, so what will happen when you do this, it is going to throw an error that you can't use this. Okay, what you're trying to write here, the characters that you cannot use. So something like this we are going to type. Okay, so you can also restrict the numbers as well, even that you can do. Okay, we'll see that further. So the same operators apply to strings that we have already seen here, right? So now very quickly we'll move to lists. Finally starting with lists now. So what is list? Okay. So we have this keyword here, list. So let's see what it is. Okay, it's a built-in mutable sequence. Okay, as it says, it's a mutable sequence. Now you have understood immutable and mutable, right? So now you can understand that definitely we can replace some of the elements in the list. So that is one of the properties of list. So how you construct a list, okay? So this is a keyword, okay? You can either write your elements like this. I'm so sorry. Or, sorry, not here. Let's keep it as it is. I'll come back to that. Yeah, I wanted to show this. So here you can see that 2 square brackets. So that is an empty list. But what I'm trying to say here, so list is recognized by 2 square brackets. That is this. Okay. So you can construct a list within a square bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is your list. If you don't believe this, just check the type of this. Okay. Let me assign this to a variable, correct? So L1 is equal to this one, and then L1, okay, it is a list. So Python is going to recognize this brackets and it is going to assign that as a list. So we need not initialize that it as a list. Okay. So this above method that we have, that we can use to convert something into a list. Okay, that is what we are trying to say. So imagine you have something like, if I want to convert this, okay, so I'm converting my string 1, that is apple, to a list. Okay, that is when you write it within a list. Okay, so now talking about mutability. Okay, mutable. What we are saying about mutable here. So L1, so we have the same kind of indexing and slicing when it comes to lists. So if I have to talk about this, so let me write index, okay, indexing, so that it will be easy for you to. So this is one type, and then we have slicing, what you have seen in the strings, okay. So from 0 to something like 3, okay. So it is going to show me 1, 2, 3, so up to 3, correct? Okay, so that is about slicing, very simple. And then okay, 1 second. Yes, yeah. What's the doubt, Anish? You want to unmute yourself?
Ma'am, in the program that we use the split, if there is a same letter, then what will happen?
Sorry, your voice broke. Yeah, tell me. I'm so sorry.
Ma'am, in the for example, consider the case where there is written apple,
Okay.
and if we delimiter as p, so there is a repetition of p in.
Yeah, okay. So
Ma'am,
then
then
what
what
will
will?
happen? You want to see that? Okay. The split one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just mention it there only so that um, okay, one second. Yeah, here. So you're saying string 1 dot split if we use the repeated one, correct? The p. Okay. So what will happen? It will consider both of them. Both of them. But we usually don't split it like by words anyways. Okay. We are going to split it by elements, like the comma separated, such things only we are going to do. Okay. So there is
Oh,
always room for trial and error. Okay. You can keep trying all these things, but there is no use. We are not going to use all this. Okay. Just to explain you, we are using a single element. Okay. We are always using an complete word. Okay. Like apple, banana, like that. Okay. We are going to split it like that only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, so any other questions? You guys have any questions? Okay, I guess I'll take that as a no. Okay, so now where was I? Indexing and slicing is done for the list. Okay, what I was trying to say, so mutable, correct? How we are proving that it is mutable? Okay, how lists are allowing that? So I take an element so my second element is 3. Okay, I'll just mention the list also here so it's visible for you. So this is my list. So I've taken the second element, 0 1 2 here, 3 here. Okay, so that is my second index. Now I want to change this to say 3.3. Okay, will this happen? Of course, that is one of the properties. So now when I check my list, you can see that it has replaced. Okay, so that is the mutable property of list. Okay, like strings, length can be used in lists as well. Okay, so it is going to return 5 elements. Okay, we can definitely use this function with list as well. So that is one thing. And then we saw how we can grab elements, and there are basic built-in methods even in list as well. So L1 dot and hit on tab, you're going to see all of these methods. Okay, we'll see each of them, no problem, like a few of them because of time constraint. L dot append. Okay, let's see what append does. It will append an object to the end of the list. Okay, append is nothing but attach. So I want to attach, imagine 1, something like 11, 22, like that. Oh, sorry. You have to mention it as a okay, elements. Okay, like this. So what is my L1 now? Now my L1 is appended right here. So this is something new that you have seen in list now. Okay, until now. So this is a multiple list that you are seeing here. Okay, this is append. It is going to append in the end of the list as the definition told. Okay, so that is append. Then L1 dot quickly we'll see into clear and all. You guys understand all that, copy and everything. It will give you a copy of that element, and then we will see extend, which is very similar to append, but we'll see what is the different. Extend list by elements from the iterable. Okay, let me now you saw this multiple list thing that has happened in the, so let me do a 45 and 34. Okay, so now what happens in, you will observe this, see that you can see that it has opened the list and then appended in the existing list. Okay, it is going to iterate through the list and it is going to add it to the end of the list. But when it comes to append, it has appended the entire list as it is. Okay, so that's the difference between append and extend. Okay, next on to next method. Okay, sorry, oh, I went to the top of the, okay, here. So we have extend, and if you want to check the index of something like 1, like for 3.3, let it be 3.3. okay, so it is at index 2. So if you want to know where is 3.3 located in the list, okay, so that is when you're using the index. Okay, returns the first index of the value. You're seeing first index. Okay,
I'll tell you what they're trying to say. Okay, let me add the 3.3. Okay, again. Okay, so you have 3.3 in the end of the list, 3.3 at second index. Okay, so now what do you think? It is going to give you the first one, the last one. So as a definition, you saw that it's going to return the first index of value. Okay, it is going to return 2 itself again. Okay, so it is not going to return you this one. Okay, so that is about index. So when you know this is at second position, you can definitely check for this position as well. So for that we have then later we'll see pop. Okay, so we are only seeing how we can insert value. Okay, we can also delete values. Okay, so if you want to delete a repeated number that you have, that is 3.3 that we have. Okay, remove and return item at index. Okay, so this is nothing but it is going to remove from the end of the list, and it is going to return the index number. That's it. That is what they are trying to say. So before that, we'll see the length here. Okay, length of L1. Okay, so the length of L1 is 11. Okay, now when I hit pop, it is going to return which element that it has popped out. Okay, so it is 3.3. So when you check the list again, so you can see that from the end of the list it is popped off. Okay, it has deleted that. So you can also mention the index number. As you can see here from the syntax, index number, also mention the index number that you want to remove the element from. Okay, so I want to remove the element from first index. So this one, let it be. I'll not change that. So L1 dot pop 1. Okay, so 2. Okay, so 2 is removed now. Okay, so if you run this again, it is going to remove 3.3 now. Okay, so don't run that again. So I just did it in the next step. So now you can see that 2 is removed from the first index. So that is pop function, and we have another one, L1 dot, and hit on tab. We have remove, we have reverse. Okay, so we did indexing, double colon -1 to reverse a string, reverse a list also. So you have a method only for that. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to get a reverse string. Now what is the difference? Okay, you will see. Now for example, I have L2 here, and we have 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then I do L2 double colon -1. Okay, so now this is my answer. So now let me check L2. It is still the same. There is no permanent effect on the actual list. Okay, so if you don't want to change the property of that list, okay, so then you can use this type. Okay, it will give a temporary effect on the list only for some time. Okay, and then it is not going to affect the actual list. But when you use a method like reverse, it is going to have a permanent effect on the actual data. Now your actual L1 is reversed completely. Okay, now this is your 0th index, 1 2. You can test that as well. So this is your 0th index is 34 now. So that is what is the difference between these two. Okay, so moving on, we have most of the functions you can definitely look into. I always recommend doing a trial and error. So now we have understood where to access this, right? Dot and tab. Just use these and try it on your own. Okay, you can understand it by reading only. Okay, sort, reverse, insert, index, so all those things. Okay, So I recommend you to try these things. Okay, so that is one thing. And then, so the thing that I mentioned here, multiple lists, these are called as nested lists. Okay, list within a list is a nested list. Okay, that you can remember, where you can create a matrix kind of a thing out of it, like a 1D array only. This is a 1D array. Lists are 1D array, so we can create a 1D matrix using nesting list, by nesting the lists. So let's see how that is done. So we already have L1, correct? We already have L1 now. Simply I'll give L2, 44, 33, 44 and 55. Okay. And then what we'll do, we'll just give it as mat, and then we'll just insert L1 comma L2. And then I will write that variable name again to print it. Okay, so here you can see that it has given this list. This is L1 completely, and this is separated by a comma, and this is another list. So now here is a task for you guys. So I want to access this element. Okay, so for now I'll show you how to access this. Okay, so I want to access 11. Okay, MAT. So first, this is the first bracket here. Okay, this one. So here in the 0th index, this element is there. So we are interested only in this part. So first we write 0. So what we are going to get? We are going to get the first part of the matrix. Okay, so that is 1. And then I want to correct this one. Correct? So it is 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It is in the 4th one. So now I create another bracket and I write 4. Okay, now you will get this one. Okay, and then I write 0. Okay, you have to see this. You have to see this, because this is a new list now here. So this is the 0th index in that list. So this is 0, and this is going to give me 11. So in the same way, I want you to access. Let me create a little bit another level. L3, 44, 23, 44, and then 33, 44 and 56. Now L1, L2, L3. Okay, so this is your matrix. Okay, I want you to access this one, 33. Okay, let me shorten this so that you'll understand. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is the matrix. I want you to access 33. Okay, so quickly you guys need to do this. Okay, try to access 33. And ping me in the chat. So I got a no, ma'am, from Devang. You didn't get anything? Okay, I'm getting some answers. Okay. Okay, I'll take Shrishti's answer. Okay, great. Anish, done, ma'am. What done, Anish?
Ma'am, I have taken something different list. So I have to run a different code to get the answer.
Okay, okay, no problem. At least you're understanding, right? Okay, I'll take Srishti's answer that she's given. Okay, perfect, perfect, very good, very good. Most of them have given answer. Okay, Venkatesh, yes, you need to add a 0. Okay, other two are correct. Okay, very good. I like the participation, very good. I want more people to answer. Okay, out of 19 I'm just getting some 5 to 7 answers. Okay, because you guys need to try it out, only then you will get that. Okay, done. Okay, Praj, great. Okay, this one you need not run it in the Jupyter. Okay, just in the chat only you can write by looking into the list. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm thinking, yes, okay, got it, ma'am. I just want to ask, where is that? Devang, if I'm not wrong. No, ma'am, I don't know. What you didn't understand anything? Something you wanted to ask? Devang,
No, ma'am, I don't have any doubt.
okay, okay, you meant like that. Okay, 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 understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this must be clear for you guys. So now there is one topic that is list comprehension. This we will talk about it only after we talk about the branching and everything. I guess there is no time to talk about branching and loops today. Okay, so you will understand this list comprehension only after that. Okay, so I'm just keeping this for now here. So now I want to talk about tuple. This is very simple. Okay, tuples. Just let me make it into a text. Okay, just like a list and string, this is also a container. So let me see. Okay, so what is this? So for tuple, you're seeing a 2 parentheses. Okay, here. So that is how you represent tuples. So let us see what tuple has to say for us. Okay, so it's a built-in immutable sequence. So list was a mutable sequence and tuple is a immutable sequence. Okay, there is no much difference when it comes to tuples and lists. Okay, the only one difference is that in list you can replace values, but in tuple you cannot. Okay, so if you want to keep your data secure, then you can use tuple. Sorry. So to create a tuple, you have to create it within a parenthesis, something like 1 2 3 4, something 5 6 and so on. Okay, so here now we are going to try to do some slicing and replacing the values. Okay, so for that I'll just assign it to a variable, simple, a equals, and then a 0 is 1. Okay, that we know, but we want to replace it to something called as 1.1. Oh no, you cannot. Okay, so that is a property of tuple. You cannot do object assignment in tuples and also in strings. Okay, so that is one thing that you need to remember. So they're very similar to lists. Okay, that I already told you, and this is how you construct it, and this is how you convert anything to tuple. Okay, so I want to convert this list to tuple. Okay, so I already have a list. Let's not. Okay, so L1. So this is a tuple now for me. Okay, So this is to convert, and this is how you construct. Okay, so the done. Now again we will see methods. Of course, we are within the tuples. How many methods are there? That's it. Those are the only two methods that we have under tuples. You will, why it is so less? Because you can understand, you can if you cannot replace anything from a tuple, then what is the use of removing, popping, insert, append? Those functions are not at all, it cannot work. Okay, so that is why we have only these two functions, count. Okay, so what is count? Return the number, the value. If there are any values that are repeated. Okay, so let me put like 5, 5, 5 and 6, 6, 6 and 5 and 5. Okay, so I want to see how many times 5 has repeated. So they have given me it is 6 times, correct? So here and here and here. Okay, so it is 6. So if you want to see how many times 6 has repeated, so it is going to count it as 4. Okay, and then you have the index, same thing as your list. So I want to see where is 4 exactly. So it is in the second index. Okay, so even this is the first occurrence itself, like the other one in the list. So if I see 5, so 5 starts from index 3. Okay, and it is repeated here. Okay, so it is going to show the first occurrence itself. So that is the basic tuple. So we have understood how to construct a tuple and all those things. So definitely we are using tuples only when immutable is necessary. That's the only property that we are going to use tuples for. Okay, so that it gives a data integrity. Okay, so that none of the data is replaced or lost or something like that. So for such purposes we are using a tuple. Okay, so quickly I'm going to show about dictionaries. Okay, so this is very much similar to a set. Okay, so I'm going to talk about set first so that you will understand dictionary better. So let me talk about set first. Okay, what we have set again, the set function. Okay, and then I'm going to use a flower bracket, and I'm going to use a, this is same as your mathematical set. Okay, you're going to understand when we look into the definition. Okay, so this is my set. Oh, now you can observe that I've mentioned 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3 like this, repeated values. But you can see here my output that it is giving me is a unique value. So that is what set is about. Okay, so set is an unordered collection of unique elements. Okay, so why it is unordered we'll see, but it is a set of unique elements. You have understood it here. Okay, it's a set of unique elements. How much ever you try to repeat the values, okay, how much ever you're going to repeat the values, it is going to give you a unique element, unique set of elements itself. Okay, so that is your set. Okay, that is what we're talking about, sets. And then is unordered. Okay, sets are always unordered. We'll see why. Okay, I'll just mention this in a variable called s1 maybe. Yeah, and then I'm going to call a function method here. So we have different methods here. Definitely going into these many number of functions. Okay, so it will take a lot of time. So very few things I'm going to show you. Okay, like add. I want to add, it's not that I have to add only numbers in a particular string. Okay, you can add different data types in the same set. Okay, so let me give like orange or something. Okay, I want to add this, and then I will print this s1. Okay, so here it is orange. So it has added to the end of the list. So there is nothing like There is nothing like indexing when it comes to set, because it is unordered. There is no indexing when it comes to sets. Okay, there is no order. Sometimes when I add orange again, okay, because it's a unique one, let me add something else. Orange, let it be. I'll use it here. Something like apple. S1. So you can see that now the apple is added here, not in the end of the list. Okay, there is no particular order when it comes to sets. That's why it is an unordered list, and that's why we don't have indexing or slicing when it comes to set. Okay, so that is about this one. Definitely go through all the methods, okay, few of them. Okay, it will be okay. These are all understandable, clear, copy, difference, and all those things, and these are all the mathematical properties only that you're going to see, nothing that is outside that. Okay, that you're going to see symmetric, intersection, subset of two sets, mathematical function is you're going to see union. Okay, definitely you guys are aware about all these functions. Okay, so definitely check that methods. It's not that I don't want to talk about all that. It's just that we don't have time sometimes, you know, like to go on each and every method. That too for list, we have around 18 to at least more than 20 methods. Okay, it is very difficult to do it in a single sitting like this. Okay, single session. So that's why we always recommend for the students to do the trial and error. Okay, so we just introduce you to how to use these methods. Okay, that is more than enough for you to start with this. Okay, there is always that one effort that you guys have to put to in order to understand this. Only when you type something in Jupyter or type something in an IDE, that is when you will learn coding. Okay, so always recommend to do the trial and error. Don't worry if it's going to give you any mistakes. Okay, just try this out and get back to me saying that I'm stuck here, and you will get the answers from me as well. Okay, so that is one thing. And now talking about just few minutes, guys, just this last one. Okay, I'm not going to take much time of your Monday, so I'm just going to do dictionaries, because only then it will help us to start with the other things. So talking about dictionaries, so since we have learnt about sequences now, okay, sequence of data that we have done using list, tuples and set. Okay, so in dictionary you're going to learn the mappings. What is this mappings? So for all the list and the tuples, you have seen the index numbers, right? That is backend, running in backend. Okay, so in dictionaries you can assign your own index names. Okay, that it cannot be 0, 1 or something. You can always give the names. Okay, so for dictionary it is going to give you the flower brackets. Okay, so for the set it is not going to show you like that, because definitely we are going to construct this like this, but the Python is going to understand that this is not dictionary because there is no mappings. You know, we have not mentioned the indexes here. So then it is going to understand that it is a set. Okay, so when I check the type, you can also check this out. Oh, so sorry. Type. Okay, it is going to tell you it's a set. So by looking at the map, there is no mappings here. It is going to understand that it is a set. Okay, so for dictionary it's flower brackets or curly braces that we call. Okay, to construct a dictionary, something like D1 I'll do. And then how are you going to construct? First you have to mention the index, something like A I want to mention. Okay, string A. Okay, so always characters mentioned between the quotes. If you mention without the quotes, it will become a variable name. Okay, So that one, and then something like A for apple, very childish, but still, yes. And this one, separated by comma, and then start the second element, okay? Like others, B, something like bat or something, and then using a very simple function so that it will be easy to start with, and C, something like cat, okay? So this is your dictionary. So completely you have constructed your first dictionary here, okay? So it has mappings and that is the values, okay? So how we are going to access dictionary values, okay? So let's see that. To call a key value, key is nothing but the index that we are talking about, okay? So for that, you can either do using the methods or in the fashion of indexing, okay? Like A, you're going to get apple, okay? So in the same way, B, okay, you're going to get the corresponding value for that, okay? And using methods like values, if I just give it, so you're going to get the values only, okay? And then key, sorry, keys, I guess, yeah, it's keys, okay? So for keys, you're going to get the only those mappings A, B and C, okay? Key, and I'll mention here values, okay? Yeah, okay, so this is how you can use. So we have more methods like get, we will see that now. We will see items, okay? So what is items? So it is going to give you a list of whatever the mappings that you have, list of tuples, okay? Hope you understand this. It's a list of tuples. It is going to return a list of tuples. Okay, so here your first element is your index and the second element is your values, okay? So you can access that as well, like, I'm sorry. Okay, you can access it like this by assigning it to a variable also. You can do that, okay? So your A will be, you can do like this also. Now we can see different methods like pop the item, okay? So you guys understand that by now. So it has popped the last element D1. So from D1, now there is a permanent effect on the dictionary, okay? So the last element is popped. So we have seen that, and then we'll see get, okay? That is a little different, right? So I can talk about that. So get, so it is going to return the value for the key if key is in the dictionary, else default, okay? So I want to see what is in A, okay? So what if I mention something that is not there? It's not going to, it's not going to display anything, okay? So if I mention B, it is going to give that value, okay? So that is get, okay? So that is to access single element from the list. So that is one different thing, right? So we saw pop item. There is pop as well, okay? So I just showed pop item because in pop item, it is going to remove that key and value pair itself completely. But in pop, okay, it is going to remove a specified key and return the corresponding value. So if I mention Okay, we only have B, right? So let me just add some elements. Let me do a new one. Okay, so D2, and I will mention the same thing. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing, C and cat, and just giving some more elements to, see the difference. Dog. Okay, so D2, I want to pop D2, so I have to mention the index. Okay, so default it is not going to happen just like list, so I'm going to mention C, okay, from a particular index. So now my D2 is just the 3 elements. Okay, so here you can just write it as it is default, and it is going to remove it from the last element. And if you want to delete a specific index in between, okay, then we are using pop. So pop and pop item is different. Okay, that is the difference. So that is about dictionary, and we can also create a nested dictionary just like nested list. Okay, so how is that done? Very simple. Create another dictionary inside that. Okay, so I'm going to copy the same because I'm lazy little bit to type. Okay, so always I will okay, I've copied this, and then okay, I missed some brackets, I guess. Okay, let me see where it is mentioning that. Okay, this is one dictionary and this is another one. So for that dog, and then you need to add a key. I will add a key like new dictionary. You have to add a key, only then you can create that dictionary. Okay, so new, and then I'm going to give a bracket here. Okay, okay, so this is one. Okay, and for another index I have a dictionary. Okay, so that is what I was trying to show. Okay, yeah, so here when you're creating a nested dictionary, okay, first your usual dictionary and key for that to add a new dictionary. Okay, so that is your D2 now. So this is your D2. Okay, it's going to look something like this. And now to access Apple from this, I want to access Apple from this. So in the same way, what we are going to do, we are going to do the D2, and then we are going to access, we know the key value, that is new. Okay, so then we are going to get this dictionary, and after this the next step I want Apple. So what is the key value for Apple? That is A. Okay, so that is A. So I got Apple. Now I'm going to increase the level here a little bit, so that copy and then comma new. Okay, another something like new one, and then I'm going to, you can even add list also here. Okay, it's not a problem. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is your D2 now. Okay, so I want you to access 1 from this dictionary from D2. Okay, so quickly give me answers. Sorry, I'll just show you the, give me a second. Yeah, this is the dictionary. Just a second. Yeah, I hope everybody can see the dictionary. Yeah. Okay. So try to do step by step. You need not do it in Jupyter. Just directly do it in the text box. Okay. It's you don't need to run this. Okay. I just want you to logically answer this. So after this, we are going to wind up. Okay. 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 Somebody has left the meeting. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. I'll take from Devang. Okay. We'll check this. Okay, very good. I'm getting answers. Okay, the mistake is you have to mention it within double quotes. Okay. Yes, exactly. This, but please be careful with the quotes. Okay, when you are mentioning the keys here. Okay, let me see. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, I see most of them have not mentioned the quotes. Okay. Be careful, use the quotes, you'll get an error otherwise. Okay, very good. Isha has given me, Devang has given me, Prachi also correct. Okay. Kiran Deep quotes, Venkatesh also quotes, and Venkatesh has missed one, you have missed one new. Okay. One more dictionary you have missed. Rest all is perfect. Mridula perfect. Okay, Piyush, Rituja, Nimish, good, good. Okay. Aditya also good. Okay. Thank you so much for the answers. Okay. So that is about dictionaries. That is all you need to know about dictionaries to start with. Okay. So next we'll be starting with branching. We couldn't go with branching today because I was doing it a little bit slow because it is your first session in the program, and I want you to understand these basic things. Okay, so we are going to use all these containers in our next coming sessions, next coming coding. Okay, so that's why this was important. Okay, so that's why. So we will definitely catch up tomorrow for the next topic, that is branching, and then we'll slowly get into functions. Okay. So thank you so much. I will stop the recording.